So I'm finally getting out camping again tomorrow night. And this is the setup I'm going to be using. Sun's out and I've got some new gear to play with. A couple of eBay bargains. So some black diamond poles which I picked up for £20. Believe it or not, these are really good for the money. They hardly look like they've been used. I've got the Rab Silwing tarp. Picked that up from the outlet. Mountain Outfitters. £40 instead of 100. And this is another eBay purchase. I've seen these for 140 quid for the bug tent. I think I paid 45 for it. The tarp has never been out of the bag, so we're going to have a look, see what my process is for setting a tarp up for the first time. So it doesn't look like there's anything in with the pack, just the tarp, so no pegs, no guy ropes. Brought a little goodie bag with me though, so we've got some cordage and some tent pegs. Let's have a look at what we're dealing with. Let's peg it out and see what the shape is first, because it's a bit of a weird one, this. You'll see in a minute. Looks like some futuristic spaceship. It's called a Silwing. I haven't seen any videos on how to set this up from scratch, so just gonna have to wing it. So this cordage, use it in sailing. Picked it up from Decathlon. I got 4 reels of this for £5. Bargain bin. I'll start at the front end of the tarp. Let's get some slack. I don't know what height I'm going to need. I'm going to put a bowline in the end. Bowline, however you want to pronounce it. There we go. Not going to worry about getting the right length just yet. Get these two tied out. I recommend you learn how to tie a few knots. You only need to learn 2 or 3. It does just about everything you need. Make one loop that way, one loop that way, and then that just locks onto your tent peg. Thinking I'm going to want this a little bit higher. I'm going to lift the back end of the tarp up as well. Give me that bit more room. Just a couple more tie out points. I can't really get a good close up with this camera, so you are better off having a look for someone else for how to do the bowline, but it's a really good knot. So I was going to use line locks on these so I could adjust the tension, but I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to use knots. First one I'll show you. Again, it just works off a bite, so you can put your tent stake or peg in, wrap this around. So put the other end, if it's long enough, through your loop here. Just pull on it to give you tension and just nip that up. And then just put a half hitch in there. And that is taut already. And then just to release it, just pull that and you're gone. Nip it, make a little bit of a loop, shove the other loop through and a half hitch. So that's the tarp fully set up. So if it was really windy, I could pitch these down lower. But if it's not so windy, give yourself plenty of room inside. Well, I say plenty of room, but these tarps are meant to be pitched quite low anyway. But it'll keep the elements off you. Let's see how the bug net inner fits. But before that, a quick thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this section of the video. So if you've never heard of Squarespace before, it's a platform where people like you and me can easily create a website with no experience at all. There's boatloads of ready-made templates, so all you've got to do is upload your photos, add whatever text you want, and then you can customize things to get that unique look just of your own. One of my favorite features is the mobile app. It allows me to track the analytics to see what traffic's coming to my website, check up on stock levels and recent orders. You don't need to have a shop. There's templates for pretty much anything. So if you're a blogger, a photographer, then Squarespace has got something for you. So if you want to have a go at setting up a website of your own, then head over to squarespace.com/Paul Messner or click the link in the description below. You'll get a totally free trial and 10% off your first purchase. Right, let's get this set up. So I've never had this out of the bag either. So hopefully it's in good nick. Is that the right way? Oh, it comes with some pegs. They're a bit sharp then. Why is it the pegs that come with most of your tents? They're rubbish. Well, these ones aren't that much better. They have got softer corners though. Few tweaks, I think. That's the bug net setup. It's a bit taut, that. Just slacken it off a little bit. It's better. Plenty of room in there. Although if you've got angled rain, could be exposed a little bit. Bit of cordage here, so you can lift that up as well if you want. Don't think I'll need to bother with that though. Just gives you that little bit more room at the foot end. So it's best jump in, see how much room there is. Yeah, that's not bad, that. Plenty of room for sleeping pad. Nice and airy. I'm not saying it's the most sensible shelter in the world, but I love a bivy. I love this. To be honest, most people are better off just with a tent, but a bivy and a tarp gives you so much more versatility. So if it's guaranteed sunshine, no rain at all, you can just use the bug net on its own. You've got no problems with condensation or anything like that. If you've got a tarp and you're in woodland, you can always string it up higher, so you've got really good headroom and a good workspace or sleeping area, and with loads of space underneath. But if it's really windy or the sideways rain, I still reckon a tent is a better choice. Although I think I've done all right for the price for this. So £40, £45, £20 poles. These are absolute steal, and this is top quality gear as well. So it definitely pays to get on eBay or the Gumtree, things like that. See if you can pick up a bargain. So I'm finally getting out camping again tomorrow night. Should have been going last week. Had a little bit of a moment when I couldn't find something on my gear and I was pushed for time. So I thought, better than getting myself stressed out, I'll leave it for another day. But went out with Andy tomorrow, we're heading up into the Peak District. And this is the setup I'm going to be using. We are forecast a tiny bit of rain, I think, so we'll see how it fares. Really excited to be getting out again and to be testing new gear. Right, I suppose it's time to get this packed away, ready for tomorrow. Hey, before I go, I'll just quickly show you what the bug net's like on its own. Let me just take that off. So that's the bug tent by itself. So on a night like this, not forecast any rain, just take that. Don't bother with a tarp, just get to stare at the stars all night. It's awesome. But this mesh, that keeps all the mosquitoes, ticks and all the other little creepy crawlies well away from you.